Hello there. Today my presentation is all about cell biology. Cell biology is the study of cell structure and function, and it revolves around the concept that the cell is the fundamental unit of life. Cell biology encompasses both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells and can be divided into many subtopics, which may include the study of cell metabolism, cell communication, biochemistry, and cell composition. Cell Cell is the small structural unit of the organization of the living body. It was first discovered by the scientist Robert Hooke. There are organisms composed of single cell and they are called unicellular organisms. As example, we can get bacteria, protists, and yeast. The organisms made up of many cells are called multicellular organisms, and cells perform different functions in the body like they transport various materials like hormones throughout the body, like that. We can also observe these cells through microscopes. To observe a plant cell, we can use an onion peel cell. So this is how we see it through a light microscope with cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm, vacuole, and all that. To observe the inner structure of an animal cell, we can use cheek cells. They can be found scraping the inner cheek using a yogurt spoon and observe it through the light microscope. So this is how we see it with nucleus, cell membrane, and all the inner parts of the cheek cell. So we can identify the difference between the plant cell and animal cell. Typical cell. The small structures present within the cell to perform different functions are known as organelles. The cell prepared by including all the organelles is called the typical cell. So this is a structure of a plant cell, and there are the parts of a plant cell wall, cell membrane, Golgi apparatus, and this is the chloroplast, the vacuole membrane, this one, and the cytoplasm, large central vacuole, the rough ER, smooth ER with no ribosomes, nucleus, ribosomes, and Golgi vesicles. And this is an inner structure of an animal cell. We can identify the parts of it as ribosomes, centriole, cell membrane, nucleus, mitochondrion, Golgi apparatus, and like that. So there are functions fulfilled by these parts of every part of the cell. And now we're going to know about the difference between plant cells and animal cells. In animal cells, cell wall is absent, but in plant cells, cell wall is present. And chloroplasts are absent in animal cell, but in plant cells, chloroplasts are present. A large vacuole is absent in animal cell, but in plant cell, a large vacuole is present. And in animal cell, large container of it contains cytoplasm. And in plant cell, cytoplasm is pushed towards periphery. And these are the differences between plant cells and animal cells. Cell organelles and structures present in a cell. Cell wall. This is the outermost covering part of the plant cell, and it's a dead structure, and its main constituent is cellulose. The main functions of cell wall are maintaining the shape of the cell and supporting to protect the cell. Plasma membrane, and is present interior to the cell wall of the plant cell, or we can call it as the boundary of the animal cell. And it's made up of phospholipids and proteins, and it's a semipermeable membrane, and its main function is to enclose the cell. It allows entry of water ions, some molecules, and also it controls the entry and exit of materials into and out of the cell. Cytoplasm. It's like a jelly-like substance, and it's called the gelatinous liquid part of the cell, including organelles. Inorganic and organic substances are present in it. Main functions of the cytoplasm are maintaining a shape to the cell, pairing cell organelles, and carrying out different metabolic processes. So now the nucleus. Nucleus is the main organelle in the cell and it's surrounded by a nuclear envelope, and one or two nucleolus and the chromatin body are present inside the nucleus. Chromatin body converts into chromosomes during the process of cell division, and functions of chromosomes are the storage of genetic material, transferring inherited characters from generation to generation. There are 46 chromosomes in a human being and 26 chromosomes in a frog and 24 in a paddy plant. Mitochondria. Aerobic respiratory reactions take place within mitochondria to release energy, so we call it as the powerhouse of the cell. Energy produced within the mitochondria is used for the metabolic activities of the cell. And now the Golgi complex, a stack of small flat sacs formed by membranes inside the cell's cytoplasm, is called the Golgi apparatus, and its main function is production of secretory substances and packaging and secretion. Ribosomes, they are small organelles without a membrane. They can be found in the cytoplasm or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, and its main function is protein synthesis. Endoplasmic reticulum, or we can abbreviate it as ER. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulums, as rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, or we call it rough ER or smooth ER. In rough ER, endoplasmic reticulum becomes rough due to ribosomes attached to the membrane. The function of it is the transportation of proteins within the cells. In smooth ER, it's like a network of tubular sacs without ribosomes in the membrane. Functions are synthesis of lipids and steroids and transport them within the cell. And in this image, we can see here is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and you can see the ribosomes attached to the rough ER. Vacuole. Vacuole is a fluid-filled large organelle found in plant cell which is surrounded by a membrane. The membrane which surrounds the vacuole is known as the tonoplast. The fluid contained in it is called the cell sap. Water, sugar, ions, and pigments are stored in the vacuole. Generally, no vacuoles found, and sometimes more vacuoles can be found in animal cells. Functions of the vacuole are maintenance of fluid balance, support, and provision of color to the cell by the pigments within it. Cell growth and cell division. Growth of cell is the irreversible increase of size or dry mass. But a cell has a maximum limit to grow. Beyond that level, the cell will not grow, instead it divides. Cell division. The cells multiply by the cell division. The cell division is the process by which new cells are formed by the division of cellular materials. In this process of cell division, first the nucleus should be divided and then cytoplasm was in eukaryotic cells, and chromosomes transfer genetic materials, the inherited characters from generation to generation before the division of nucleus. The number of chromosomes in an ordinary somatic cell is constant and specific to a species, to the related species. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes in somatic cells. In humans, gametes have haploid cells that contain 23 chromosomes. A pair of chromosomes which contains the same hereditary information is called a homologous pair of chromosomes, and the cell division takes place in two methods, as mitosis cell division and the second one, meiosis cell division. So, in mitosis, this is the type of cell division which multiplies the number of cells by maintaining a constant number of chromosomes in the cells. First, the nucleus divides and then the cytoplasm divides to produce two identical daughter cells equal to mother cell. And this is what happens in mitosis cell division. And now we will know about the meiosis, the cell division that half the number of chromosomes on meiosis, and this takes place during formation of gametes in higher organisms. Then the number of chromosomes is halved during the formation of gametes and become haploid. Meiosis takes place in two stages. The first stage is meiotic division, and the second is mitosis. During meiosis, structural changes occur in chromosomes, and this causes organisms to appear new characteristics and new variations. And now we'll know about the differences between mitosis and meiosis. In meiosis, it takes place in two divisions, but in mitosis, it takes place only in one division. Meiosis takes place only in diploid cells, but in mitosis takes place in both diploid and haploid cells. Meiosis variations occur, but in mitosis no variations occur. Meiosis four daughter cells result at the end of the division, and in mitosis at the end of the division two daughter cells result. Daughter cells receive half of the chromosomal number of the mother in meiosis. Two daughter cells receive the same chromosome number as the mother in mitosis. Daughter cells are different from mother cell in meiosis, but in mitosis, daughter cells are similar to the mother cell. Thank you.